In a kingdom of gold, there lived a king whose pride was as fast as his trails. His judgment was final until a poor man summoned the king of heaven. Would the king escape, or would he be humbled forever? Once upon a time, in a time when men's words carried weight and kings ruled with power and fear, there lived a mighty king known as King Adorable, the king whose wealth and pride were spoken of across rivers, forests, and deserts. His walls glittered with gold, his throne sparkled with gems, and his kitchens overflowed with food. When he was hungry, the palace fell silent as a graveyard. When he laughed, the halls echoed with praise. And whenever he made a decree, he would say,
"My judgment is final."
One day, a poor man arrived at the palace, his clothes torn, his face weary, yet his eyes carried hope.
Kabezi, my neighbor has taken the only gold that I have, even though he has so many goods of his own. That is why I've come, Kabezi.
But the man who treated him was clever and cunning, and said,
"How could I steal the only goods he owns? I have so many of my own."
With sweet lies, he convinced the king, and the poor man lost the case. King Adorable, believing the rich man, then said,
"The matter is settled. The rich man is right, and the poor man is wrong."
Tears welled up in the poor man's eyes, but he spoke firmly.
Kabezi, your judgment is no final. If the king on earth cannot help me, the one in heaven will surely help me.
The king became very angry upon hearing this.
What insolence! Where is that king that will make another judgment after my own?
He called on the guards to seize him, and they put the poor man in prison. That night, when the moon was high and the palace was silent, King Adorable laid his proud head upon his bed of sick. Sleep came, but it was not peaceful. He found himself in a place he did not recognize. Darkness wrapped around him like a heavy cloth. No drums, no praises, only silence and shadows. Suddenly, a light pierced the gloom, and before him stood an angel, tall and radiant, with eyes like fire.
Lord yourself, the King of Kings, whose judgment is final, but the King of heaven has summoned you here for judgment.
Before he could think of what was happening, the angel vanished and the light faded. When the king opened his eyes, he was no longer in his palace. He saw himself lying on the floor of an abandoned hut. He stood up with confusion. He looked around. His golden bed was gone. His silk robes vanished. His body itched and his stomach growled with hunger.
What am I doing here? Why am I here?
He stammered. In rage, he stumbled out and made his way back to his palace. But when he arrived, what did he see? The golden doors were shut from inside. He heard laughter, music, and the sound of people rejoicing. He peeped through a tiny hole and his heart froze. On the throne, his throne, sat another king, and this king looked exactly like him. He pounded the golden doors angrily.
"Oh, boy, the door! I am the king. Open the door now.
The guards came out, saw him in rags, and laughed.
You are nothing but a madman.
Even the children passing by mocked him. The once great king was now reduced to shame. The mighty king, once feared by all, was now humbled, wandering like a beggar. He thought about the delicious food in his stores, the golden walls in the palace, all the timeless clothes he hasn't worn. More. His mind remembered the angel's words.
The King of Heaven has summoned you.
He fell on his knees in the dust and cried.
There is another authority that is greater than mine. The great King of heaven is greater than me, and he has made me like this because of my pride. Oh, forgive me, oh great King of heaven, forgive me.
His cry shook the heavens. He found himself back on his golden throne. His fine robes were restored. The king touched his body in confusion. The servant looked at him confused, but dared not speak. He commanded the guard to bring the poor man to him. The king clothed him in royal garments and gave him different kind of gifts. When the poor man asked what had happened, he replied,
You have opened my eyes to see that there is an higher authority that is greater than me, that can do and undo. This is why I am saying thank you.
From that day onward, King Adoroko was no longer proud. He ruled with kindness and fairness, always mindful that pride is like a bird. It flies high, but when it falls, it crashes back. Whenever he felt pleased with a decision or he saw wisdom, he no longer declared that his judgment is final. Instead, he will say, Praise belongs to the King of Heaven. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more stories like this. Thanks for watching.